bad customer service. Surely there are no three words in the English language more designed to spark a discussion other than your child ugly and Donald Trump genius. Look, it's a well-known fact that Malaysia wants a substantial part of its economic makeup to be service-based. In this march towards advanced nation status, this government is aiming to move the services sector away from its mamak low-cost labour taste to one that thrives on molecular gastronomy innovation backed by high-paying jobs. Look, and it's not hard to understand why. In 2014, the services sector contributed 55% to GDP, provided 8 million jobs that represented 61% of total employment. By the time 2020 rolls around, the target is for this to be 58% of GDP. But let's dial back. What exactly is the services sector? It is simply defined as an industry that produces intangible goods. And over the years, people have gotten frighteningly creative in what they offer in terms of services. This lady is offering China's first finishing school, where she names her courses debutante courses, making it sound like part of her course requirement is repeated showings of Gone with the Wind. Yes, she will make you balance a book on your head, friends, and teach you how to eat an orange like a lady, all for the low price of USD 12,200. Anyway, and if you're too much of a lazy ass to cut your grass, Amazon will helpfully ship you a goat. I wonder if it comes with a money back guarantee. Okay, fine. Terrible, terrible. Okay, never mind. But while the government wrings its hands over the bigger picture, I'm proposing to start at your most basic building block, customer service itself. Because if your blocks are nothing more than oil cans and cement, that building sure ain't gonna stay up. Customer service in Malaysia, if you go by coffee shop chatter and hastily Google YouTube videos, is pretty bad.
What is this?
You on me! You are shouting at us!
However, is there definite proof? So here's issue number one. There's no centralized report ranking customer service in Malaysia that we could find. What you have is different reports from different sectors. For example, JD Power covers customer service for cars. MCMC, of course, deals with customer satisfaction for mobile and broadband. So in an effort to simplify this, we decided to concentrate on customer service for the utilities, which in Malaysia is, of course, dominated by the government-linked companies. Basically, these are the services absolutely necessary in the day-to-day running of a country, namely power, which is run by Tenaga Nasional, telecommunications, which is run by Telekom Malaysia, water, which in Selangor and Wilayah Persekutuan is run by Syabas, and logistics, which is Post Malaysia. Although there is a whole checklist of what makes a good customer service, the most basic is to be able to easily contact them when the service breaks down. We are all talking beyond call centers here as well, people, because having multiple contact points means being able to serve more customers in a go. At least, in terms of social media presence, have a Facebook and a Twitter. So we looked at the ability to contact the above 4 companies beyond just calling them, and what we found surprised us. So get this, of the 4, only Tenaga and Post Malaysia have actually an official Facebook and Twitter. In fact, Post Malaysia has a main Facebook page and a separate one called Ask Post. Telekom Malaysia, surprisingly, does not have an official Facebook, only a Twitter and a YouTube channel for some very odd reason. Strange, isn't it, for a telco company to now have a presence on the biggest social media platform in the world? Syabas has a link to Facebook and Twitter, both of which are dead. So it appears that the first hurdle 2 of these organizations have already tripped. Now, if I were a skeptical critic, I would actually argue it's because with social media, it allows you at a glance to know how your customers feel about you. A look at Post Laju's Facebook shows people rating the service an average of 1.7 stars out of 5. And reading the comments, you see various themes of worst courier service ever and heartbreakingly, do you all even care? On Tenaga's Facebook, there's no option to rate the service, which is kind of disheartening because it is too filled with comments like, it's been 5 nights, we have not had proper sleep thanks to your hopeless service, and stuff macam something. Okay, admittedly, nobody really goes on Facebook to say anything nice. It seems these days people only go on Facebook to rant, plug their local businesses, or share sad Affleck memes.
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
And there are some who do care enough to share their good experiences, from complimenting Post Malaysia on its honesty to simply good job for Tenaga. It seems, though, compliments like this are few and far between. So much so that when on occasions we get good service, we feel like this.
I'm jacked. I'm jacked to the tits!
It can be almost baffling, however, the number of complaints being raised about how customer service staff just seem unable to deal with actual customers. Especially when you consider how customer service as a marketing tool has become commonplace. Look at these stats. On average, loyal customers are worth up to 10 times as much as their first purchase. It takes 12 positive experiences to make up for that one unresolved negative experience. News of bad customer service reaches more than twice as many ears as praise for good service experience. And the last one is for your bottom line. The possibility of selling a new customer is 5 to 20%, but the probability of selling to an existing customer, 60 to 70%. Maxis recently learned the hard way about how bad customer service can hurt, cost-wise. After discrepancies over West Malaysia versus East Malaysia plans came to light, Facebook was flooded with people proudly porting out. Maxis CEO Morten Lundell and Head of Consumer Business Dushayantan Vatianantan actually had to go on a live stream to apologize and launch its upgraded plans. Alright, it is time to take some of the blame. Yes, consumers are not perfect angels either. We can be right down entitled brats most of the time who think nothing of treating service people as if they're somehow lesser beings. Remember that mask clip we showed earlier? It was a result of pushy passengers demanding they be put on connecting flights, which had already left, by the way. There's no way of getting them on their missed plane short of calling something like Jet Uber. Yet, maybe there's a reason for their latent anger. Let's not forget, as I said earlier, a lot of these basic services are conducted by GLCs. Due to national security claims, they all exist in this quasi-monopoly state. As such, there's so few options for us consumers to switch. Hence, we feel cornered before we even pick up the phone. The customer service person can be Meryl Streep, and yet we'd still talk to her with resentment on our chests. And both sides are just as guilty, by the way, in trying to absolve themselves of blame. Back to masks, after it blew up online, the company issued this statement. They said, whilst the airline has high regards as to the code of conduct of its employees, the airline does not condone abusive behaviours by passengers. True, but calling your passenger an is hardly a high code of conduct, is it? At the end of this, however, you're probably wondering what is the solution to all of this and who is really to blame. I think Tony Stark said it best.
There is no version of this where you come out on top.
Yes, there is no hero in this story. At most, some could point the fingers at those who train these customer service people who, as generals, have allowed their foot soldiers to enter the battlefield extremely ill-equipped. The truth is, you can't have a thriving service industry if your basic service already falters. Eeyore judges you when that happens. Just saying.